Okay, what's going on, everybody? SmartHelping.com here. It's been a couple weeks since my last full financial model in Excel. Uh, I do work in Excel and Google Sheets today. This is going to be a free template, meaning the link to this will be in the description box below. You don't got to pay for it. And it's going to be about dependent drop-down lists and having multiple, not just one dependent, but multiple tiers of dependency. Whereas you've got, based on what's selected in one dropdown, certain selections pop up in this dropdown, and then what's selected in this dropdown results in certain selections for this one. And then you could go into infinity if you really wanted to. This would be really similar to what you see on like a car site, or any retail site really that has tiers of products and categories where you pick a high level category, and then based on what you pick there, a certain set of categories populates, and then based on what's there, a certain set of things populate. Um, so I'll show you how to do that in Google Sheets. You could also do it in Excel. However, Excel is a little bit different in that you can use the indirect function within the data validation um, like input area. In this, you got to define the name ranges and use an indirect formula to populate a new range, and then you target that range based on what's populated or what's chosen. Um, Now, before we get started, I'll do a little self promotion here. As you know, smarthelping.com has all kinds of financial models in Google Sheets and Excel. Um, I do all kinds of industry-based models. You've got a golf course, marketplace, a freemium model, pawn shop. Some are more specific and some are more broad. The broad ones would be like a marketplace, freemium, um, like a Gantt schedule, which is scheduling. Any business could have scheduling issues. Pipeline stuff, sales pipeline. Those are broad. Then the specifics. Gym, fitness center, a hair salon, jewelry, well, retail. That's a more bit more broad. But automated kiosk, uh, janitorial service, equipment rental. So we've got a nice mix of specifics and broad models. Real estate's uh, real estate joint venture models, retirement planning, inventory management, accounts receivable, payable. Um, where is my accounts receivable, payable? There it is. Loan repayments, payoff stuff. There's just all kinds of stuff in here. So I built these over the past couple years. I usually do one every couple weeks. But today we're just going to do a dependent drop down. It's just explaining logic, and who knows what kind of situations this could be useful for. So let's say we have this drop down list. It's got Ford, Hyundai, or Honda, Chevy, and Bentley, which are defined right here in this area. So this is your target for the drop downs. Now you want to set it up so based on what you pick, Ford, Hyundai, Chevy, or Bentley, you want this to be what populates in your second drop down, meaning this. So this drop down is dependent on what's selected here. So you can see I've got, let's just change it. Let's do Honda. So for Honda, my possible options should be type 1, 2, and 3. So if we are on Honda, you can see now type 1, 2, and 3. Now if we switch Honda to Chevy, it should say type 4, 5, and 6. So we go Chevy. Now you can see pick this up, 4, 5, and 6. Um, so let's talk about how that works first. So the easy part is you just have a range here of defines your first drop down list. So we've got our basically the model types or make types. I don't know. I'm not a car person, but make types at the top right here. And then you've got what you want to come into each. Now, here's the dynamic part or the dependent part. Right here in B2, we got the formula if error, indirect, and then logic B3. So we're referencing what's selected in this drop down. So you can see logic B3 is just Ford. So we're saying I want to indirectly reference Ford and then result in a list. Well, the good thing about Google Sheets is that indirect referencing this name will pull up, give you the named range list of this. So you got to make your name ranges based on, what's in your list here. So if we go over to data, named ranges, you can see I got them all here. And I got my secondary ones as well. So we'll talk about that later, but you can see here for Ford, it's really easy to make it. Like if I was going to edit it, all I would do is, oh, that's the high level one. I want that one. So you pick the name, which will be the name either Ford, Honda, Chevy, or Bentley. You got to do one for each of them. So I'm doing Ford here. So I just pick Ford, put it in there, and then I uh, target the name range that I want to be referenced if you're referencing the word Ford. So the drop down picks Ford, and then you indirectly reference Ford, and it gives you this list that you're defining here in these named ranges. And I've done that for Ford, Honda, Chevy, and Bentley. You see Ford, they got them out of order, but Ford, Chevy, Bentley, and Honda. Okay, so you've done that. Not too difficult. You make your name ranges. You put in your formula here that's referencing this. Now, note if you have a 2-word or 3-word or 4-word title, you need to put underscores in them. And then you have to use the underscore within the name range manager that I just showed you, and obviously in your dropdowns. You just can't have 2 words in a name range. It won't work, just because of how Google Sheets works. Okay, so we've done that for all these. Now I've showed you the functionality of that. So we got Chevy, type whatever. We got Bentley, type 789. Let's go back to Ford and do Ford Fusion. So here's the next tier. We want, based on what is selected in B4, we want a price range to populate based on this second table. So, and you could see how this could keep going on for each of these lists, but let's just look at the one for Ford. So Ford, the possible options you can pick from Ford are Fusion, Focus, and Mustang. And obviously these don't have to be 3. These could be a lot longer. So I put those as my new header for my new next dropdown. So you can see here the next dropdown is Fusion, Focus, or Mustang. And then based on what's selected there, I want only certain prices to pop up based on that selection. So you can see here Fusion is 15, 2, and 30. So let's go to Fusion, and you can see 15, 2, and 30 are my options. Now if we go to Focus, it should change to 18, 19, and 21. You can see 18, 19, and 21 are now my new options. Now I've only done this in this model, I've only done it for Ford, but you can see how this works and make it for Ford, Honda, Chevy, and Bentley so that you basically get this to fully function based on any model you pick. Right now it only works for all 3 of them based on Ford. And then, oh yeah, in the dynamic list for 2, you just simply indirectly reference the drop-down area that's referencing these 3. So this is doing logic B4, which is your next dependent item. So based on being Ford, Fusion, or Mustang, this will indirectly populate based on this table. And then I almost forgot, you actually, so in that scenario, this validation actually is just referencing that dynamic range in column H, which is this. So this indirect formula is used to give the dynamic reference, and then you just target this column as your validation list. And then you can see these numbers change as I change this. So look, I'll change this to Fusion. Now they're 15, 2, and 30. If I change it to Mustang, it's 21, 20, and 30. So all you're doing is doing a data validation to reference this list, and this list will change based on your named ranges you've made and what you're referencing in the above dropdown. So here I'm referencing Mustang. So Mustang knows that dynamic list is these 3 as defined. Again, in the name range, you can see Mustang is just K2 to 4, which is right here. And then yeah, you can just keep going on and on, as many levels as you want, but that's just a general structure of how you would make dynamic dropdowns in Google Sheets, or I mean dependent dropdown lists. And that can be used, there's all kinds of use cases, but this is the base layer and usually the most complex logic to do to make this work. So that's why I've explained it. Again, it's available for free. When you download it, it will be view only. To get an editable version, just hit File, make a copy, and then you have your own version on your own Google Drive that you can edit and play around with. Let me think if I missed anything else. Oh, and I do customization work for $75 an hour. If you want to hire me, you can go to smarthelping.com, contact hourly services, and here's my rate per hour. And you could do multiple hours or one at a time. There's no discount or anything. You can email me, Skype, and that's about it. So hopefully this is helpful, and have a great week.